Hi, it's time for another verb of the day. Today's verb is fit. Let's take a look at some of the definitions for this verb. The first way you might hear this verb used is to mean to be of the right shape and size for something. This can refer to any object or person. Generally, when I hear this verb, I'm thinking about clothing, shoes, other garments, or accessories, and if they are the right shape and size for my body. A second way you might hear the verb fit used is to mean to fix or put something into a particular place. This particular usage may be more common with construction or building of things. So talking about getting the right material, whether that's wood, metal, something else, into a particular spot in the construction process. A third way you might hear the verb fit used is to mean to be in agreement or harmony with something. Another way to think about that is something suitable, right? So we're asking if it fits. Fit, kind of interestingly enough, is both regular and irregular. First, let's look at the progressive form, and then we'll talk about that dual nature of this verb. If I want to make the progressive form of this verb, I need to double my T because this verb ends with a consonant, vowel, consonant. And then I can add ing to form fitting. Fitting. Okay. So the past tense and participle forms of this verb could be fitted. So again, doubling the T and then adding ed. That ed is going to make an id sound because this verb ends with a T sound, fitted. I think it is more common for speakers and listeners to hear this form if you're in the UK. What's more common in the United States is to hear the irregular form, which is just the base verb, fit. You're going to see me use this in examples because I live in the United States, and as I thought about how do I use this verb in the past tense or in the present perfect, I thought I would say fit. So now let's look at some phrasal verbs. From the note on the top right of the screen, you might notice that this is just part one of part two of many different phrasal verbs and different meanings for our phrasal verbs. So today we're just going to focus on phrasal verbs. I'll try and point out examples of different tenses for you to see, but we won't do any individual verb tense practice today. So let's get started with our phrasal verbs. And we're going to start in with fit in or fit in with. And we're going to have a couple different meanings and variations in this. I'll try and explain each. So the first way we could use fit in or fit in with is to mean to live or to work, etc. Some other kind of verb there in an easy and natural way. And if I include the word with here, then I'm going to have after with the name of a person, a group of people, or something else. They'll have to be an object. So let's take a look at two examples of this. So imagine a company is hiring to fill a new position. And they're talking about their different candidates. And they say of one, she seems very quiet. Will she fit in? Okay. So they're asking, is she going to work in an easy or natural way with the rest of us? Okay. So what would have the same meaning is if instead a person used the question, will she fit in with the rest of the team? Or we could say the other team members. So then we've got that group of people following with. Another meaning for fit in is to have enough time or space for something. Let's look at an example sentence. I have 5 appointments today. I can't fit in another one. I'm saying I don't have enough time. in order for this additional appointment. Another phrasal verb, fit in with, could mean to be convenient. Let's look at an example of that. ESL classes don't fit in with my schedule. So perhaps this is a potential student saying, I would like to go, but the times that classes are offered, they maybe conflict with work or other family commitments that I have. The last meaning for fit in with kind of ties back to the third definition we looked at earlier. So it's to be suitable for one another. Let's look at an example here. Would that chair fit in with the rest of our furniture? So here, this is going to have a similar meaning as sort of like match. If one has very dark colored furniture, having something bright with lots of pattern maybe wouldn't seem suitable for the other objects. So they're asking someone for their opinion. Another phrasal verb we're going to take a look at is fit into. It means to become part of. Let's look at an example sentence. Their ideas didn't fit into our plans. So their ideas did not become part of the plan that was implemented or submitted in this example sentence. So hopefully you can see a few different examples of different verb tenses in our example sentences, right? We started off here with a little bit of future. We've got two examples using modals. Here is a simple present and a simple past tense, both of those negative. So just examples for you to look at. Let's continue looking at some more phrasal verbs with fit. The next one we're going to take a look at is to fit something out. And sort of like our first one, we could also use fit something out with. And generally, when we use this, we are talking about providing equipment for a specific purpose. So I've got two examples to illustrate the fit something out and fit something out with. Let's look at those. They really fit their new camper out. Let's look at the second one. They fit out their new camper with the latest gadgets. So different technology tools, things that might make the stay in a camper more pleasant. Another phrasal verb you might hear is to fit someone up or fit someone up with. And it's connected to the last one we looked at. So again, we're providing equipment for a specific purpose. Here is an example sentence. The company has fit their employees up with the latest technology. So they have provided maybe new smartphones, new tablets, etc. The next phrasal verb we're going to take a look at is fit together. It can have two different meanings. One meaning is to be the right size or shape, to be joined or combined in order to make something else. So this sort of ties back to our first definition of the verb fit, but now we're really talking about combining things. So let's take a look at an example sentence. Do these two pieces of the puzzle fit together? So maybe you've tried some jigsaw puzzles while at home, since our activity has been a bit limited in the last 7 months. And again, that would be a question if you're working on a puzzle with a friend or family member to see if they can be joined to complete the puzzle. The last meaning of fit together, and our last phrasal verb of the day, is to be consistent or connected in order to make sort of a logical or sensible story or explanation. So let's look at an example and then we'll talk a little more about it. The detectives have many pieces of evidence and they're fitting them together. So this sentence is implying the detectives are trying to solve some crime. Who did it? And they have different pieces of evidence, right? And they are looking for ways to connect them in order to identify the responsible person. Now, let's take a look at some words that are related to our verb fit. And the first that we're going to look at is exactly the same spelling, exactly the same pronunciation. It's just the noun form, fit. When you hear the noun form, it means the particular way in which something, especially a garment or some other component, accessory, fits around or fits into something. So let's look at an example sentence. That dress is a perfect fit for you. So again, we're talking about size and shape. Fit can also be an adjective, and it can have a couple different meanings. The first meaning is of a suitable quality, standard, or type in order to meet a required purpose. So let's look at an example of that usage. Is that food fit for human consumption? So someone has, I'm pretty sure some people have said this after I have cooked something, and it's maybe a polite way to say, I don't know if that's safe to eat, right? So is it suitable? Is it appropriate to eat? Another meaning for the adjective fit is in good health, especially because of regular physical exercise. So you'll hear this used to describe many people, but in particular athletes, because they are regularly exercising. Let's look at an example of this meaning in a sentence. She's very fit because she runs every day. The next word we're going to take a look at is the noun fitter. It's a person who puts together or installs machinery, engine parts, or some other equipment. Let's look at this word in a sentence. He's been a pipe fitter for 20 years. A great profession, a necessary profession, is what's being described there. The last word we're going to take a look at today is the adjective fitted. So I know I said earlier that you tend not to hear this past tense form used in the United States, but you do hear it used as an adjective. So the adjective fitted means made or shaped to fill a space or to cover something closely or exactly. So here is an example of this adjective. Did you fold the fitted sheet? And that is probably something that's heard quite a lot, the idea of a fitted sheet, washing that if you work in the hotel industry, right? Something you're seeing as rooms are cleaned, laundry is done. And some would say the most difficult thing to fold. So this is the sheet that is fitting tightly around the mattress, right? So thanks so much for watching today's video. I hope you have a great day.